Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who's saying I'm late. That says 8:30 to me. We are right on time, okay? Right on time. Welcome to the Fintech Frenzy. So, today, like the title says, SoFi is potentially projecting for massive member beats. And the entire episode, I've got a couple different stories. They're all about SoFi. So if you came here for SoFi news, that's what you're getting. I'm not talking about anything else, I don't think, unless in these articles that we're about to cover, maybe some Robinhood or something like this gets brought up. It's going to be SoFi, a little mix of SoFi in there. Um, am I? No, I'm not in any. All right. Hey, Tanner, what kind of member growth do you think would come from a TurboTax like product for SoFi? That's very interesting. I haven't really thought of it. I look blurry. Do I not look blurry? I'm trying to figure out how to. Okay. I've been trying to figure out if the TurboTax product would even bring new members or it would just bring stickier members, like more people bringing more of their overall assets under management. With a lot of these tax things, there are some users that simply want all of their assets under management where they do their taxes because, well, it's just easier to report, right? You don't need to bring in any exterior information. You're just drawing it from the information that SoFi already has. I know that Cash App's been pretty successful on this. Wealth Simple here in Canada is pretty successful on that. They've done some articles on their tax products. SoFi, I'm a little surprised that they actually don't have one. They would fit into that mix of offering those products. But yeah, it's my glasses. No, I funny little thing. I clean my glasses before every live stream. And it's like my glasses get so dirty sometimes, but I just don't clean it because I don't care. But before a live stream, I always clean them. I have two separate microfiber cloths so that I can wipe my glasses, one for each lens. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap pretty quick because I want to listen to the Jensen thing, and I want to get to that if I can. But tomorrow, this will be pretty interesting. We have the TGL first game actually happening. Now, I've seen a lot of people split on this, whether they think it's going to be a big deal or not. I'm kind of undecided still. Let's go ahead and watch this video from SoFi really quickly, just showing off some of what they have to offer.
Golf is a game of tradition, but even it's changed. From the style, to the equipment, to the whatever this is. And if golf can change, why can't banking? Well, with SoFi's game-changing tech, now people can bank, borrow, and invest all in one app, so they can take their best shot at their ambitions. TGL presented by SoFi. Next Gen Golf meets Next Gen Finance. SoFi, get your money right.
Yeah, so this new stadium is just mind-blowing to me. Like, it's going to be a massive, I just don't know if it's going to capture people's attention. It's brand new. I just also think, like, whenever you add this much tech to something, is something going to go wrong? And how early on is something going to go wrong? Like, let's imagine TGL runs for 10 years. There's going to be technical issues with the platforms not working right, maybe the simulator not working right. Like, there's everything that you add more layers of technology, and there's going to be potential missteps. So, does that happen episode 1? If that happens episode 1, does this thing even take off? Like, I don't know. It's a pretty, I would assume, large upfront investment for SoFi into a brand that simply they have no clue if this is going to work. Now, I also assume that comes with a pretty large discount for SoFi. Multiple seasons down the road, if this actually does get very large, will SoFi even be able to afford to have the complete naming rights on this league if it becomes the next, largest golf league or something like this? The roof collapsed. Can't be worse than that. Yeah, but that was before any, like, imagine if the roof collapsed when it was live. And also, I don't know if the like, I know they said the roof collapsed, but then they were like, oh, the roof collapsed. We're going to need another year. What? What? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. I think that they just had really early ambitions for the timing, and they needed a lot of time. We went through on the Friday show more about this TGL stadium. I was showing off the 700,000 pound turntable that they have in the center of the league, which actually turns and alters the field underneath. Like there's pins and everything that can like terraform the land. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But the fuck is TGL? Okay, so the Fook, sorry. It's a new golf league. So I guess people may not know about this. This is a new golf league sponsored by Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy that is starting tomorrow. All right, we got one day and 23 minutes left, according to this thing here. And they're going to be putting up 2 teams. They're going to have 40-second shot clocks, and they're in this tiny little stadium that is actually hooked up to a large, simulator screen, the biggest one ever created in the world. So this is exactly real. I don't want the sound. Where's the sound? So they're going to be playing on real grass, real sand, real turf, whatever. And then there's this unbelievably large screen. Like, they were showing off what the biggest other simulator screen that you can buy, and it looks like this big comparatively. Like, it's like 40 times larger. They're going to golf into this, and then whenever they get closer to the end of the map, then the map actually starts to play out over here, which is the real putting area, which is, like I said, a big turntable. All the maps are custom designed for this league, and potentially they might swap them out and add new maps and everything like this to fit in for new seasons or something. But from my understanding, there will be a couple that they're playing on for this specific league, at least for the season. You're going to have different stats here. As you can see, it's going to be sponsored by different companies, but one of the largest sponsors here is, of course, SoFi. SoFi is branded all over the bottom here, all along the sides. It's everywhere. Okay. There's hard, what do you call it? They're not nameplates, but there's a big sign at the back that says, "Get your money right." And it's not a digital sign. They can't swap it out. It's like a hard, form-fitting sign where each letter is like a massive sign in its own. Probably like 20 feet across or something. It says, "Get your money right, SoFi." So that's going to be there for a very long time. SoFi obviously paid a pretty penny for this, promotion. If you go on YouTube and type in TGL, it's getting a lot of attraction right now. 4Play Golf, I think that's their names. They are blowing this thing up right now. They have a massive golf channel. They're super excited. They're getting everyone very excited for this. Tomorrow, I am going to wrap up my show. I can't play it, right? It'll definitely take the channel down. That's the problem. Like, if you impede on someone's content, like, they might, take the monetization from you. I've got no problem giving TGL my monetization. What I don't want is a channel strike, which, if you get enough of those, your entire channel gets taken down. No repercussions. So, yeah. No, see, it's not even a billboard. It's like a hard, like, each letter is like a metal, like a sculpture. It's almost like a sculpture, basically. As far as interactive simulation golf goes, this is Top Golf times 10. ESPN is pushing TGL very hard. Hopefully it isn't similar to XFL. I hope it's not XFL, because I don't even know what XFL is. Let's see here. American Football Minor League? Well, I don't know exactly what this is, but if these are, different teams and everything, these are by far the biggest names in golf that are playing this, So hopefully it's not going to be the same thing. If that's what these minor leagues were, or if it were like smaller teams, I don't actually know. But usually a lot of these like off-brand type sports leagues don't work out. That's what I'm worried about. Tanner is not a sports guy. Yeah, you could say that twice. I don't play golf. I don't play football. I don't play basketball. I don't play soccer. I can get a little bit into some pool, like billiards. I play all the off-brand sports. I like jiu-jitsu. I like billiards. Yeah. I don't know if there's another one. But yeah. Chart guy. Yeah, that's what they call me these days. You were probably watching the the Robinhood Weekly. I was getting bashed by everyone because I had my charts up. TGL Golf does look cool. I think it's going to be cool, especially with the shot clock. I think it's going to keep things fast and interesting. That could be the reason why people show up, and instead, like, make golf a little bit faster. Who knows? Word on the street is this Tiger guy is pretty good. I've heard similar things. Yeah. So XFL had zero talent. Yeah. So that might be a very big difference. Like, I'm not a big golf guy. In anticipation of TGL kicking off, I watched like 2 seasons of Full Swing. And obviously, every name that they covered there is going to be here on teams. Okay. Should be very fun. Did I get Trudeau to resign? Yeah, I spoke to him myself. Just need a cool hole-in-one clip to go viral early on. That is very important, I think. It's especially in this day and age, it's like you need the clips, man. You need it to be popular on the shorts side of YouTube, not just the long. And then what I also think that they should have done, and I don't actually know if this is the case, but Mr. Beast, which is the largest YouTuber on the platform, in anticipation of him launching a show with Amazon Prime Video, he said, hey, I got them to allow the first episode, although you would need normally a subscription to Amazon Prime Video. I will let you guys watch this on YouTube. And he encouraged everyone to go watch it, and essentially just brought so many eyes to this thing that potentially have not heard of it before. And I think that that's really smart, right? Is because there's a lot of people here who may not even know what TGL is. But then potentially if I was sharing it, if there was even much larger golf creators that were sharing it, it could just gather a lot more buzz, at least just for the first episode, at least just put that brand out there. And the reason why I'm all about this golf thing, like I said, is it's just SoFi has a very close naming ties with this overall thing. So what is this going to do? Launching in Q1 is going to do for member growth, right? Everyone that's in there, the first thing that they're going to look up is TGL by what is this SoFi name? It's going to be the first time that they potentially see it. Although we're seeing TGL for the first time and saying, hey, what is that? A lot of the actual golf people, and it is definitely a more affluent sport, right? The people that show up to play golf are, usually have some money. It's not a cheap sport to play. So, however, simulators could actually lower the cost of that, and this could get more popular. It's just very interesting where this could potentially take the unaided brand awareness of SoFi. You're just watching this game, and then you potentially get a commercial, get a banner on the side, something that catches your eye, get better APYs, pay off that credit card, do something that catches those people who are in need, those sort of lukewarm to hot leads that might need those services who were just golf fans before. Did Tanner compare himself to Mr. Beast? No, the opposite. I'm the YouTuber that Mr. Beast wants me to share the video. So he didn't say that, Mr. Beast didn't say, oh, let me himself share the video for everyone. He told YouTube, hey, anyone that wants to share those videos, go ahead and do so. So I'm not reacting to Mr. Beast videos or the Prime Video, but he would let me. And there would be no strike. There would be no monetization take, nothing like this. So, but TGL should do a similar thing, telling YouTubers is just say, hey, like, share this, because it's a way to get your name out. Um, yeah, I don't actually think Tiger is playing tomorrow. I think I looked at the teams. It's not him first up, which could also be a mistake, but I think, yeah, who knows? As long as ESPN's pushing in all of these places, then I'm very happy. Yeah, so let's talk really quickly, and then we'll get into the next sort of story. I'll get off this TGL thing for a sec. I've got more member growth comments to make, both for Q4 and for 2025. But I put out a video the other day talking about my expectations for Q4 of 2024. People said, am I being on the more conservative side, or am I being more bullish? I definitely am being on the more conservative side. Things could go way higher. I think if I could have changed anything based on some people's commentary, it'd just be the percentage that they actually take at the bottom end in net income and potentially EBITDA. That might be slightly higher, but I actually think I'm pretty close on a lot of the actual segment level growth rates. I don't think financial services will be as high as the quarters before. And lending, although it'll do very well, I think a lot of the loans that are actually sold this quarter will fall into the financial services segment. You know, if there was a ton of more loan platform business sales than what I'm actually anticipating, I would have hoped that they posted about something in terms of a press release. So that's the only reason why I'm shooting a little bit more conservatively, is that everyone's going, oh, well, we did $1 billion last quarter. This quarter might be $2 billion. But I think those, not like, we don't want to let those estimates get away from us. I feel like this happens every single quarter, where I'll say to someone like, oh, you know what, we'll probably get 3 cents of EPS, and I might be a little shy or whatever, and it might be 3.5, 4, or maybe I'm right on target, or something along these lines. But then there's people who are saying, no, it's going to be 8, 9, 10 cents. Guys, let's rein it in a little bit. So I think you guys have to wait to see my 2025 breakdown, which is going to be right around the corner. I'm going to do that. I just, getting all the last steps out of this course that I'm launching. So, like, you're not going to see a video out of me for today and tomorrow, because it's a lot of work. But 2025 is very exciting. My estimates are very, very hopeful. Q4, though, like, I don't want to just blow away some estimates, but I do think that we could come in at 13 cents of EPS. 900,000 members. Who's with me? Yeah, but like, that must be almost impossible, right? Like we found out that they had, unless the 10 million member press release that they came out with here. Let me show you this. One second. So this right here, 10 million members now getting their money right with SoFi, December 17th. So we gained about 630,000 members between October 1st to December 17th. How are we going to get an additional 300,000 in 13, 14 days? Unless this report came out way later than, whenever we actually thought it was going to come out. Like, yeah, like this isn't going to happen. There's not going to be 500,000 new members in 14 days. And that could be very true. They could have hit it in mid-November. You're right. That is a way that we could hit 900,000 members. But then what changes? Because they said that they didn't want to change the CAC costs. Okay. We're not seeing it in website traffic. We're not seeing it in app downloads. Where's 900,000 coming from? Whenever we got to the 700,000 before, the app downloads for SoFi ran us into the 20s and I think even high teens, like 19, 18 on the App Store. Whenever we got 700,000 plus new members, we didn't get in those ranges this quarter, and you guys think we're going to get not like I don't know. I'm just trying to find correlations between the times that we've seen it before and these times now. Yeah, but new loan platform partner means it doesn't mean that we get new members without them downloading it onto the platform. So the only thing that where I think a new platform partner would bring on new members is we take their money and we go out with that new customer acquisition or that new money and put it into sales and marketing, ramping up our sales and marketing expense and bringing in new members. And I hope that they do that. Like I really do. But there would, at least in my opinion, it would come across somewhere in the numbers. Could the loan platform business be contributing to member growth? I hope so. I hope so. And I think in 2025, it'll be one of the largest parts, which I think is super exciting, like super, super exciting. We're going to turn this company that has been looked at as if it was a bank, and now it's going to be looked at with more of like an upstart multiple. Like, hey, not only can this company grow based on its own book, but it can actually grow endlessly based on other people's books. And the United States financial institution size of their book is like, I mean, there's not even a point to put a total addressable market in. It's in the tens of trillions. If not, I mean, across all asset classes, it'd be hundreds of trillions. But I think in probably the loan or debt market, we're probably looking at like 80 trillion, something like that. High majority of that being home loans. This quarter is so set up for a big beat. I think it'll be a big beat versus SoFi. Like, so this is another thing that everyone saw whenever I put out my numbers, is they said, Tanner, if they show what you are saying, the stock is going to fall. I disagree 100%. I think the stock's going to run. What you guys are looking at is quarter over quarter numbers and not looking at SoFi's guidance versus what I was saying. So one of the things with what they were putting out, they're saying, hey, we might actually break through like positive numbers on lending versus 2023. So, but what does that mean? Like last quarter, they said we were going to do 85% of lending, or sorry, 95. And now they're saying positive. So does that mean 130%? Does that mean they go 30%, or does that mean that just breaks 100, like 105, 106, 107? Because that's what it means to me. You know, here, I'll show you what I mean. Because the numbers might get confusing with the language that I'm using. Here. So in my video, I go through a much larger or much better breakdown on that actual video, but just for a quick highlight here. If we take a look at year over year. So everyone is bashing these numbers because they're looking quarter over quarter, and they're seeing things like financial services year over year, only 1% growth, negative 10% growth in lending, and about 10% growth in technology. That looks bad, but I wouldn't focus on that. Focus on the full year. They asked for 80 plus. I'm giving them 85. Full year, 25. Lending, plus 6%. It's not supposed to be plus any percent. Plus 6%. Technology, they said it's going to be low teens. 15% is mid-teens. You know? So I think that this is going to be right where we are. The only thing that I think I would change is the net income, and the EBITDA might actually be higher. I do actually think we're probably going to get 13 cents of EPS. So, you know, probably a larger amount there. I got to think Technisys, some of these products that we're actually launching probably do help us save a lot more. Yeah. But Q3 was a great quarter. And I could be wrong. I've been wrong like a lot in different areas because I didn't suspect that they would be launching new products or have a new loan platform business. They could have been selling a loan platform student loans. And then we could see a whole big run up on a product that we didn't even know they've launched. You know? Tanner, I think the 10 million member mark was of 1212. Does it say that in the report, or where did you get that? Because that would be very interesting. Let me go back and read the report, because I don't remember it saying that, but you could be right. It could just say it right in it. And keep an eye out for Chris's comments if he reports something. Or Chris, which it says it at the bottom of the release. Yep, it does. Yes, it does. Which is even better. Yeah, okay. So that would probably boost my total member count then. I'd probably I'd have to do a little math. But I bet we even get higher than 740 then. That might bring us to I don't want to guess. It was something like 8,000 members per day. But if actually it's from December 12th, that's going to be more members. It'll probably be like 8,200 or something around those lines, with more days. So it's probably going to be like 760 then, 770. Let's math it. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. We'll math it. How do I do this? Okay. I'm going to math it on the background. Let's actually cover a story while we're doing it, though. I'm going to try to do both because I don't want to kill your guys' hopes here. I saw this thing from Best Money because they just updated their best online banks of 2025, along with a couple other reports. And this is one of them. Best online banks of 2025? SoFi, with a 9.8 on their total score here. And what I really like about this is they show the amount of people who have come to the platform and then clicked through to SoFi. So if this is true and they updated this in January of 2025, they've had 26,453 people click through this link since they've had it up. Now, the reason I say that this is updated from January is because if we go to, I'll bring up the other one. I saved the link anyway. If we go to best online stockbrokers, for example, let's take a look here. Also from Best Money, updated January 2025. Look, most popular, SoFi, 9.8. Okay. But it only says 1,400 people have visited this. So is this the people that have clicked through this link via this stock link and not the online broker one? Because that could be very interesting. You know? $21 by February. I mean, I love it. If it's true. Let's see here. YG, we are all bullish. Are you guys bullish short term? Yeah. Oh yeah. No, if there's one thing that's pretty consistent with SoFi is like how freaking great they are on earnings. They show up, you know? Let's just see here. New versus SoFi prospects this year. I mean, the macro for SoFi is looking phenomenal. The macro for Nubank is not looking as phenomenal. That being said, one company grows extremely fast, and that's Nubank in all areas of their business. It'll be interesting to see where they pivot. So over the last probably 2-3 weeks since this macro has been developing, they haven't released a single press release. Nubank has. So I think that they are heads down focused right now. And I'm very excited to see what they say on earnings, but they're usually a late reporter. So yeah. Let me just finish this up. Okay, cool. Rams have a home game. Chargers do not. Who has a better year? I think SoFi does this year. SoFi's going to have a great year, in my opinion. I'm waiting to see what happens with Nubank. Now, they started the year off at a very different price than what they were at previously. Like, if you were to ask me who would have a better year and Nubank was at 15, I'd say SoFi for sure. Nubank at 10, I still probably put it in SoFi's court. But if the macro changes, I mean, Nubank could shoot right back up and past that. You know? Okay, let's see here. Yeah, guys. So I did the math. That's very funny. It's going to look something closer to this. So because the 10 million members, now this is assuming that the same amount of downloads happens across every day. Instead of it just having 740,000 new member ads, because of this new knowledge of having it not be at December 12th and it being, not being at December 17th and it being at December 12th, what we actually see is about 8,700 new members, or roughly about, 795,000 new members per quarter, or this quarter. Okay. That brings up the total amount of new members. This stays consistent with the amount of new revenue per quarter, and then you get to see numbers like this. Assuming, like I said, that the margin and everything on EBITDA and net income stays the same. I could probably see it going a little bit higher. This is probably the area that I was wrong. We probably see net income margin probably closer to 9% or something. I could probably see that happening. And obviously this would be adjusted as well. Right? Probably something like that. So if I were to make a quick change on that, this is what I would say. Why is this not updated? Oh, is this not? These are just static numbers? No. Okay. Just this is static? Why isn't this grabbing from here? Whatever. Yeah, what's going on here? 612. Why isn't this? Sorry, guys. This is why the chart guy can't even do charts. There you go. 14. I was like, that doesn't make 13 cents. But yeah, all the other ones should be adding. Yeah, they are. Okay, there you go. Any chance of getting Tim Sweeney on the SoFi Weekly before earnings? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I haven't talked to him about it specifically about him coming on before earnings, but he's usually down. He's a great guest. Yeah, we'll probably see 14s. I think somewhere along those. I could be. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard, right? With margins, like we don't exactly know. There's no actually predicting how close that they get to real earnings, unless you talk about like a company like Robinhood. Like I think I can get very close to the numbers that they're actually going to put out because they showed us for the most part all their numbers, like literally through December. We know how much trading volume they've done through the entire quarter. SoFi, it's a lot of assumptions that we have to close. You know, we don't even get trading volume for their, SoFi Invest. So I can't even close gaps in certain areas. It's hard. Tanner, why are you not talking about risk management? Because I'm not talking about portfolio building right now. I'm talking about this. Yeah, I'm not a head and shoulders kind of guy. I don't do a lot of TA. I buy what I believe are generational companies and hold them for the long term. And risk management only is risky if you have a short time horizon. I don't. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to talk about risk management. If you think SoFi is a risky company, don't buy it. But we're not talking about portfolio building right now. We're just talking about a single equity, which is always risky, to buy and hold and look into these companies. You should diversify. And now I do cover portfolio building, like in some of the videos that I talk about or on the live streams with Roy, and especially we do that in the after hours stuff like this. We talk about, different changes that we're making to our portfolio. A lot of you guys have seen my portfolio. SoFi is not the largest name on that list. I've got other names that I very much like that I like more than SoFi, but we're talking about this one equity. Can Tevis sell some covered calls at 21, please? I know, right? I don't know how to force him to do that, but yeah. NBA season started October 22nd. The ramp up of members per day started, then 9.5K new members on average for 65 days. What? Are you saying that we didn't get new members between October 1st and October 22nd? I'm trying to wrap my head around your math here. Are you counting average members of the total quarter between October 22nd and December 31st? Or October 22nd and December 12th? What are you saying? Because you could be right, but I'm not getting it. Ba, ba, ba. I have owned 2,300 shares of SoFi for 3 years. Average is 15. This stock sucks. You could have bought some at 4, like people are telling you in the chat here, to have lowered your average. You held through all of that. I did average down. Well, it also was like I was not a fan of this stock above 15 all the way back then. So Personally, I think that you overpaid for that company, and that's fine. But it's not the no offense, it's not the stock that sucks. You picked a bad name for a long time. So if you bought it at 22 and averaged down to 15, you bought too much at 22, and you probably shouldn't have been buying any at 22. Or you didn't average down enough. But usually the people that can't average down is because they put too much in their initial investment, that it's like they just don't have the equity, like the net worth, to average down even further without over concentrating into one equity. If you believe in this company over the long term, it's not going to matter either way. But that's not what you're saying. You're saying this stock sucks and my average is a price that hasn't been hit in years. Like, some of that's on you, brother. I'm not an IPOE guy. I'm not a full-term, a SoFi bull, 100% of my portfolio type guy. No, I think that SoFi got to a price where it was undeniable, and they continue to execute on something that was great while the stock was undervalued. I still think it's undervalued. But now we're sort of breaking out of that channel, and hopefully we got shares whenever it was down there, but now we're hoping that it continues to go up. I didn't want to buy more of a stock that gets beaten down on great earnings. Yeah, I really am not a believer that, like, I think that companies that are held down by certain earnings or held up by potentially fake earnings or something like this. Now, I don't mean fake. I mean, like, Palantir, I just simply do not think it's worth what it should be worth right now. It's very expensive. It's got like a 10 peg. Like, I like things around a 1 times peg, not a 10 times peg. But like, those things I think are temporary, not permanent. So SoFi will change. Uber, yeah. I mean, I think the difference is there might be a little bit more existential problem with Uber that I have. I could be wrong. Like, maybe auto taxi and the driver network is really not what they have, but actually more the distribution and a little bit of the skill on the actual app side. I saw some people saying like there were some problems with the Waymo app, even like the way that they were using it in San Francisco. It wouldn't even ping. Like, you'd have to walk to where you could meet it. Like, it's just not as useful or as good as Uber. But yeah. Do I like AMD? So I'm not too big of a fan of buying a lot of like Nvidia is my name in the semiconductor space. It's the biggest company in my entire portfolio. Like I said, I've been buying more, and it's so hard to average up on Nvidia. My price on Nvidia is lower than I think most people would imagine. Now, I won't say numbers wise, but just from a percentage basis, it's low. But like, I still think it's undervalued, so I'm buying more. That being said, Nvidia is my name. I believe in Nvidia way more than I believe in AMD. I think AMD has a software problem. Nvidia's got that cracked. So I like Google in the space. I like even Amazon maybe can do their own thing. We'll have to see. But Nvidia is my thing, and I own all three of those names, by the way: Google, Amazon, and Nvidia. But not currently buying. Not currently buying AMD. Do people like using SoFi? Well, I think that this is a great question to ask, and I think that people need to continuously ask it, because I think that the answer can change. Right now, it's a yes. And this is why I continue to look for these sort of, best online banking type things like here, is because not only does it give you a perspective from what they're thinking, but potentially what other people are thinking. People write the reviews here. You can kind of see how people like and are using SoFi themselves. Rather than just how we look at it, we need to know how other people look at it. DC, have you posted this? I think you were the one. Did you clear up what you were talking about earlier? Let me see if I can find your comment. Yeah, you said NBA season started. You never answered me. Like, how did you know that between the first 20, even though you said October 22nd, how did you know in this certain period of 26 days that there was 7,500 average new users? Where are you getting these numbers? And like, I see some people posting online. Like, I saw someone recently like posting like different apps like Alt Index and stuff like this. Some of these I just don't believe the numbers that they give us. This is why like Simply Wall Street, I don't believe in that company. The numbers that they're pulling are just like these algorithmic, like, you can't use the same formula across every single company. It doesn't work. Okay. Even Seeking Alpha, like, I love Seeking Alpha. I use Seeking Alpha every day, but they have some features on there where they'll tell you, they're like, oh, this certain aspect of this company is a D ranking. Yeah, but you're not looking at the rest of the company. How are you qualifying a business or sort of like, yeah, like I find them as much of a fundamental analyst as I am a qualitative analyst. Sorry, butchering my English here. But the quality of a business is something that doesn't show up in an income statement. You know. Tanner, what is SoFi's price 30 days from now? Brother, I don't do that. That's why you haven't DCA'd down, by the way, because you're worried about what SoFi's price is 30 days from now. Who cares? Do you need to sell in 30 days? Are you buying a house or something? Are you buying something in 30 days? If you're not selling, who cares? Ladies and gentlemen, just before I get going, my new spreadsheet course is coming out in 21 hours roughly. Okay. I still got a lot more work to do, so I got to wrap this up. And make sure that if you do bundle this with the actual growth investing course, which is the one that can get you onto the members only live streams, the private Discord, all of these things, my portfolio, all my buy sell alerts, that this is one of your last chances to get the 2024 pricing on that. And we're also going to start our first, to all the members, by the way, to the people who already own the growth investing course, the original people, okay, before this new course was announced, please email me and I'll give you the spreadsheet mastery course for free as a thank you for supporting me early on. But the members only live stream starts tomorrow. I think we're going to do it at 9:30. If you guys can't make it, the broadcast will be saved so you can watch it later. We'll probably go over some whatever you guys want to talk about. All right. And yeah, make sure whenever you sign up, you use some sort of Gmail or something like that. It's much easier to view the courses and everything if you actually use, a Google account. Do I believe that the SoFi will enter the S&P? Yes. Yeah, I do. I don't know how long or how long it'll take, but it could happen if like things go very well for SoFi in 2025, but most likely it's a 2026 stock. Before you leave, thank me for being here. Billy Jack specifically. Can't say it for everyone else, but Billy Jack, thank you so much for being here. And Kai, thank you so much. I do appreciate this. Tanner, what is your loan sale target for Q4? I don't have one exactly. Not one that's written out. I don't know. I'd have to take a look. All right. And really quick as well, for the people that are actually wondering, because I didn't even say anything about the spreadsheet mastery course. It's going to be on the actual way to not only take data, but like have it actually poured over to your spreadsheets, bring in your own non-GAAP metrics into those spreadsheets, get all the information you want out of it, organize your data, but then also forecast data for future quarters as well. So doing a lot of what we just did, easy templates that can be used not just for SoFi, but for literally any stock in the entire stock market. There's things there for, portfolio diversification, for net worth building, for a whole bunch of stuff. There's like 12 different things that, we've been building for, a couple months now. So it's the next sort of thing that I wanted, because a bunch of you guys were looking at the SoFi stuff and the stuff that we covered on the first course, and you're like, okay, well, what do I do here? How do I know that I can build these charts, but is there an easier way that I can do this? And hopefully that helps. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Really do appreciate your time, but bye for now.